Officials say the attacker is 30-year-old Mohammed Barry. He's of Somali origin and has a drug-related criminal record. The FBI is looking into Barry's recent travel and any potential links to jihad.
The suspected attacker has a Somali background, and officials believe he may have traveled internationally to Dubai in 2012. It is still early on in this investigation, but this morning, law enforcement is concerned that this incident has the hallmarks of the type of lone wolf terrorist attack that they have been working to stop. Nora?
Scary indeed. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Continuing coverage tonight of that violent and seemingly random attack inside a northeast Columbus restaurant.
More than 24 hours after a man armed with a machete was killed by police, we are now learning more about his background. We have team coverage for you tonight. NBC4's Renee LaSalle talked to a witness who works at a restaurant in that same shopping center about what she saw in the moments before and after that attack. But first, Dan Perlman met with a friend of the suspect's family. He's live at Columbus Police Headquarters now with what he found out about that man. Dan?
Well, you know, tonight Columbus Police are telling us this investigation is three-pronged. Detectives here are focused on the attack, and they are also focused on the officer-involved shooting portion of this. Meanwhile, federal investigators have their focus set on answering one of the biggest questions: was this terrorism? This is Mohammed Barry, 30 years old, a family friend, telling me tonight he comes from Guinea. He moved to the United States at a very young age. So why this? Why is Barry, the man investigators say attacked the Nazareth Mediterranean cuisine? Why did he do it yesterday? Those are just a few questions law enforcement sources tell NBC News the FBI wants answered. Those sources confirm Barry was on the FBI's radar 4 years ago for expressing radical Islamic views, but even with the FBI moving on, Barry remained in a federal database. That brings us to Thursday. NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams telling me his contacts are right now not aware of any connections between Barry and ISIS. And those law enforcement sources say it may turn out Barry was inspired by several factors. A little bit more on him. That family friend tells me that he spent some time living in Philadelphia before he came to Columbus. His family is actually out of state, his parents, that is. They are expected back here in central Ohio sometime tomorrow. You know, this is one of those stories that really has several different angles. While we're looking into the possible ties to terrorism, a lot of healing is going on as well. NBC4's Renee LaSalle joins us with that part of the story right now.
Yeah, Dan, we are live outside of Nazareth Restaurant and Deli. Tonight, there are several signs that are starting to collect on the doors here, showing support not only for the owner and for the staff, but also for those who were injured during that tragic attack yesterday. Yesterday evening, folks here in this entire shopping complex really rallied together to make sure that they could do the best they could to help.
Some guy pulled out a machete and started stabbing people. I ran out with my kids.
Nearly 24 hours after that brutal machete attack at Nazareth Mediterranean Restaurant, the scene is vastly changed. Dondra Cochran was working a few doors down.
All these people come running in and she's crying and she's like, call 911.
Cochran says the suspect, later identified as 30-year-old Mohammed Barry, had been circling through the parking lot. The crew at Tim Hortons had noticed him and were uncomfortable.
This dude had came in here earlier and was acting kind of funny.
Cochran says the suspect never came inside the store, but the staff had spotted his white car.
And then he jumped into the car and took off.
Cochran and the staff at Tim Hortons provided shelter for about half a dozen people, including a family with 2 young kids.
I'm at Tim Hortons in the bathroom.
Meanwhile, the calls poured in.
Hi, I was at Nazareth, and a gentleman came in with a machete and started hacking at people.
So he came inside and stabbed multiple people with a machete?
He came in and attacked. Attacked the guy with the machete.
Police cleared the scene, and Cochran and her co-workers went home. 24 hours later, it all seems surreal, but she thanks the first responders and says she's not afraid to come back.
Right after I got off the phone, before he even hung up, there was 3 squad cars up here. And the dude was already gone, but squad cars were still coming. Even though the dude was gone, they still didn't put their guard down.
Now, back here on the scene, folks in the shopping complex will have their guard up for quite some time. But you can see the owner promises to be back on Monday. He even thanks the community for the support and says, "Love you, man." And over here, there was one more card from a family, at least one family, promising to come back to show their support when they are back open. So again, so much support for this staff and the owner of this wonderful restaurant, and also for those who were injured in last night's machete attack. Reporting live from Gahanna, Renee LaSalle, NBC4.